I wouldn't normally do a video on album-related news because honestly, it's usually just never that big of a deal. Nothing really too crazy. You'll have to forgive the way I sound. I'm still a little under the weather. But, album news, generally speaking, not really that big of a deal. But when it comes to Slipknot's unreleased album, Look Outside Your Window, that is a totally different story. And just recently, Clown gave an update on the album, very, very highly anticipated, very long awaited. If you don't know the backstory, we'll kind of go through that before we go through Clown's new update in the interview that he did with Vulture, because if you're unfamiliar with Look Outside Your Window, a very, very messy timeline. It's been in the can now for really not that far away from 20 years. So, but once we get through everything, you'll probably reach the conclusion that Clown's latest update on the album doesn't really mean a whole lot, given its messy history. But anyways, the album was written and recorded in 2008 alongside All Hope Is Gone. Both of them were put together during the same sessions, and it features only 4 of the 9 members of the band, with Clown explaining in a 2018 interview with Kerrang how the whole thing came together, where he said, "The truth is, while we were making that album, Jim and I, who were the only 2 out of all 9 original members who came to the studio, were there every day from the beginning to the end. And then Corey and Sid became a part of it, and all 4 of us became a part of it. It wasn't just any one person's. It became ours. And because of that, we played it for a lot of people, and we said, 'What do you think?' And these people would always say, 'It's not Slipknot.' They felt it was something different. So because of that, not to confuse Slipknot or All Hope Is Gone or Paul Gray passing or us separating with Joey, why push this down anybody?" We eventually then found out that Look Outside Your Window contains 11 songs, one of which was actually released on a special edition of All Hope Is Gone, Till We Die, which, goddamn, what a fucking great song. Probably one of my favorite Slipknot songs of all time, honestly. Obviously, very, very different song for the band, but goddamn, I love Till We Die. But anyways, the song My Pain from We Are Not Your Kind, that was originally going to be on Look Outside Your Window, but it was ultimately reworked and released as a part of We Are Not Your Kind. So I don't know if that means when Look Outside Your Window does come out, if it ever does, it'll be 10 songs instead of 11, since My Pain was one of them. I'm not sure on that, but that's really Till We Die and My Pain are the only things related to Look Outside Your Window that we've heard, although we do know the names of some of the songs that are set to appear on the album. Chapter 1, The 11th March, Dirge, In Reverse. There's a song with a working title. Right now it's called Moth. And then a song called Juliet, which I believe appeared in a movie directed by Clown. Of course, if you don't know, Clown directs the band's videos. I think outside of this movie, I think he's done some other things unrelated to Slipknot as well. But anyways, he directed a movie called Officer Down. I think that came out maybe around 2016 or so. And it was credited in the movie as being performed by a band called Look Outside Your Window. So have to imagine that's the same Juliet that is supposedly going to be on Look Outside Your Window. And one thing I should note too is that in that Kerrang interview that I mentioned a little bit earlier in the video, Clown did also note that Look Outside Your Window is owned by the band. It is not owned by Roadrunner Records, which of course is the label that had Slipknot for a majority of their career up until I think just last year, April of 2023. So the band owns that album. And between the members, mostly Corey and Clown, they've talked about Look Outside Your Window numerous times over the years. Corey told Eddie Trunk back in 2019 that the album is definitely a departure for Slipknot, has a big Radiohead vibe. And then in that same Eddie Trunk interview, Corey also said that he really wanted to release Look Outside Your Window and All Hope Is Gone together at the same time when he told Trunk, "Man, I tried like hell to make those two worlds come together, All Hope Is Gone and Look Outside Your Window, to the point where I was taking songs from both and kind of putting them together like arrangements, sequencing. I had 2 different versions of All Hope Is Gone that I had put together with songs from that. And just honestly, because of the emotional riffs that were in the band, the turmoil that was going on, nobody wanted to try and make that work. So what we ended up with was All Hope Is Gone, and then then this unreleased album, which we've been trying to find a way to release this for a really long time. As recently as last year, though, Corey majorly changed his tune about wanting the album to come out, because while doing an interview around March of last year with NME to promote his solo record, CMF2, and again, that was in March. Last year, it was rumored that Look Outside Your Window could potentially come out as early as April of 2023. So, of course, when he was doing that interview in March, NME asked him about it. And this time, when he was talking about the album, this is what Corey said. Look Outside Your Window is Clown's baby. Slipknot is Clown's baby. I punch a clock and then I punch out. It's so funny. Every year or two, I get an email about Look Outside Your Window and how it's coming out. I'm just as stoked as everybody else because, dude, I don't even have a copy. I have a version from 10 years ago that I don't even think is the same mix that they're dealing with. I don't even fucking know the songs that are going on this album. That's how out of the loop I am. I was a guest star on that album anyway, so your guess is as good as mine. It's so fascinating that something that started as a demo has become the holy grail. If you only knew how that album came about and the pain it caused. I hope people dig it, but I honestly hope it never gets released because there are so many expectations about it now. It's almost better to just wonder. The Clown, of course, has said on multiple occasions over the years that the album is going to come out very soon. It was supposed to release on Christmas Day in 2019. That did not happen. Then it was going to come out in April, or it was rumored to be coming out in April of 2023. That did not happen, like we just said. And then in December last year, he confirmed that it would, in fact, be coming out in 2024. But here we are now in November. Still no Look Outside Your Window, but in a brand new interview with Vulture for the band's 25th anniversary, Clown was asked what he thinks is Slipknot's best unreleased material, which of course led to an update on Look Outside Your Window when he said, "Oh my God, I don't even know where to begin. I mean, there's audio and then there's video too. We have tons of incomplete concepts, some just under completion. There's a lot of Slipknot I wish the culture could have. There is so much I create throughout my career, but very, very little is actually put out there." Someone recently brought up the album Look Outside Your Window. It was a piece of art Corey Taylor, Jim Root, Sid Wilson, and myself created in 2008. We made it up the hill from the studio that we recorded All Hope Is Gone in Perry, Iowa. No one believes that it even exists or that it's ever going to come out. I've always talked very highly of it, and I've always said that you will never hear Corey Taylor sing like this. It's just a whole different approach in my mind. Recently, I approved all the art. I've also worked really hard to get it mixed and mastered. So in theory, I guess, Look Outside Your Window could finally release soon. Who knows? Maybe it'll even come out on Christmas this year, 2024. But the band is winding down all of their 25th anniversary celebrations. They're wrapping up the Latin American leg now. They're going to go overseas in December for the final leg of the 25th anniversary tour. So, you know, once they're out of that whole thing, it is very possible. They just announced some European dates for next year. It is possible that this could come out sooner than later, but like we just went over, I mean, we've heard this multiple times before, so who knows? I will say, I like I said, I love Till We Die. I think My Pain from We Are Not Your Kind is a great song, so if that's the kind of vibe that Look Outside Your Window is going to be, I don't know. I'm fucking all here for it. I would love to hear it, especially because, honestly, Slipknot's last release, The End So Far, not too crazy about. So, I don't know. Hopefully we'll get Look Outside Your Window soon, but we shall see. But that's all I got for you for right now. Thanks so much for hanging out. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe below if you feel like it, and I will see you next time.